In this video, we will learn how to use Jupyter Notebooks and the Python libraries. On your Windows taskbar, type Jupyter Notebooks and click on Open. It takes some time to load up. Once it has loaded, navigate to the folder Python Practice and click on the sheet pandaspractice.ipynb. In this sheet, we will look at various operations that we can perform using the pandas library. The first and foremost thing that we have to do is import the libraries that we have to use. So here I'm importing pandas and NumPy. The line import pandas as PD tells Python that I want to use the pandas library. By using as PD, I am telling Python that I am nicknaming pandas as PD. Wherever in my code you encounter PD, it means pandas. It saves my time as it will be difficult for me to type pandas each time. You can give it any name that you want, but universally, the general convention is that pandas is aliased as PD. We have also imported one more library called NumPy, and we have given it an alias NP. NumPy is a library that is used in conjunction with pandas. So to import this, I click on Shift Enter. You can see the asterisk mark. This tells that it is processing. And once the number 1 appears here, it means that it has been processed. Now come to the second line of code. This tells us how to import data into Python. So I'm importing this sheet titanic.csv into the variable data, and I'm using the command pd.read_csv. This command tells Python that you have to import this file into this variable data. Let's do a shift enter. So this has been processed. Now the first thing that we do is have a first look at data. Let me look at the top 5 rows of the data. For that, I will use data.head command. So this is my data. I can see that it has passenger ID, survived, P class, name, sex, age, SIB, SP, parch, ticket, fare, cabin, embarked. So these are all the columns that are there in my data. And these are the first 5 rows of my data. Now I want to check how many total rows and columns are there in my data. So I use the command data.shape. This tells me that there are 891 rows and 12 columns in my data sheet. Now I want to see how many columns are there in my data and what are their data types. What is a data type in Python? A data type represents what kind of value does a column hold. Is it a numeric or a text value? Based on the data type, Python determines what operations can be performed on that data. For instance, Python needs to understand that you can add two numbers together like 5 plus 10 to get 15. Or if you have two strings or text such as cat and hat, you could concatenate them together to get cat hat. Following are the data types in Python. The first one is object. Object is text or mixed numeric values, basically strings. Next is int64, which contains integer numbers, but yes, it has to be non-decimal. The third one is float64, which stands for decimal numbers. And the final data type is date times 64, which contains date and time values. So let's check the data type of each column in our Python sheet. For this, I will use data.info command. I will use shift plus enter. So I can see that most of the columns are int64, float64 or object. The object columns are also known as categorical values, whereas int and float are known as numerical columns. Let's move ahead. Now we can check what are the null values in each column. Null basically means blank. So we can check how many blank values are there in each columns. For this, I will use two functions. The first is isNull, which will find the number of nulls in each column, and dot sum, basically summation of all the nulls. So it will give me a total aggregate value in each column. Let me run it using Shift plus Enter. So I can see that age column, cabin column, and embark column have some null values. Cabin has a lot of null values, that is 687. Age has 177, and embarked has only two null values. I can delete the columns that are not required. As embarked has two null values, I can delete that column. For this, I use data.drop function. Using data.drop, I can delete this column directly. Now let me check my data using data.head. So you can see the embarked column has been deleted from my data. The next step is to fill null values. As my age column had 177 null values, what I can do is I can fill it up with some value. Let's say I want to fill that null value with a 30. So for that, I will use the function .fillNA. After executing this, all the null values in the age column will be filled by 30. Let me check how many null values are there now. So you can see age now has 0 null values. The next operation that we can perform is split values. If you see our data, there is a column called as name in which first there is a last name mentioned, then there is a comma, and then there is the first name of the person. Now I want to split this column into two columns of first name and last name. For that, I can use dot split function. When I apply dot split function on the name column, I can split it and give a criteria that after you encounter a comma, you have to split the values. So I have given two new column names, that is last name and first name, and I have provided the criteria that after a comma is detected, you have to split the values. Let me execute this. Now let me see my data. Now you can see there are two new columns in the end, last name and first name. For the first record, Mr. Owen Harris has come under first name and Braun has come under last name. The next operation that we can do is that we can look for values in a categorical variable. In the column 6, I want to count how many are males and how many are females. So I use the function dot value underscore counts. So in my data, there are 577 males and 314 females. The next operation that we can perform is to sort my data. Currently, if you see, all my data has males, females, males, females. It is not in one order. Now I want to sort my data. Let's say I just want female data should come first and then male data should come. For that, I can use sorting. For sorting, we use dot sort underscore values function. Let me execute this. Now if you see my data, all the female data is coming first, and once this finishes, all the male data will start populating. So you see, these are the operations that we can perform using the pandas library. This will be very beneficial once we do a data cleaning activity. In the next video, we'll talk about Seaborn and Matplotlib.